Hey everyone, welcome to the vid. So obviously a lot of big changes have just happened with Thor, and I was just as surprised and shocked as you. So I wanted to do a video on what happened. And so I reached out to the team and I basically said, hey, there are a lot of pissed off people in Discord right now and Twitter. So, I'm thinking of doing a vid. Can you let me know what happened so I can let everybody know what happened? And so I'm going to cover the rewards change, the node cap, and also the insider trading stuff. And I was talking to Nylock and Degen Sigma, and they've also reminded me, and so I'm going to remind you too, that there is an AMA happening on Thursday. So I'm pretty sure this video is going to answer a lot of questions, but it's probably also going to bring up a lot of questions as well. So if you do have any questions, go to the AMA. So Nylock basically said he would give me a complete rundown of what happened. He basically says the variable reward rate was originally calculated at the bands advertised based on the tokens we had set in our light paper. And you can see here in the light paper that 20% of the tokens goes to the rewards pool. Unfortunately, what we modeled, the core metrics changed over the month between announcing the VRR and implementation. Not only were we forced to do a $600,000 in token buybacks, but also utilize tokens earmarked for post-VRR release, just to ensure reward pools would not be perpetually drained. So basically he's saying that from the month of announcing the VRR to the time it actually happened, lots of things changed and people started compounding way more than they were normally, or they were buying more. And so they had to dip into rewards which weren't meant to be dipped into, which I'm pretty sure is 50% of future utility rewards. This caused a very hard choice to dilute the Thor token by a huge amount, even at the lowest band of VRR. The lowest band of VRR would allow more compounds over time, essentially kicking the emissions problem down the road while having no realistic product or revenue stream that could surpass those levels of emissions. So he's basically saying, well, we can either reduce rewards again because what we modeled didn't work, or we can keep using the rewards to keep topping up the rewards pool to dilute the Thor token, and it's not going to make any difference because we're still going to have the same emissions problem down the road anyway. This wasn't a miscalculation, it was a case of incredible node counts increasing faster than before and an impossible to manage scale of compounding, making VRR bands something that would perpetually move down as more and more NFTs became minted. We wish we moved faster on the implementation of VRR to where Odin counts was 75 to 100k less, which is the amount VRR was calculated at, but this was something the community wanted, as much notice of the details of gamification and sustainable rewards. So they wish they'd done this sooner when the Odin count was a little bit lower, because that's what they'd modeled it on. So instead of allowing the hamster wheel of the node model to continue to spin, more dilution of NFTs, more dilution of Thor, and with our upcoming major products and utilities, shipping, capsule, and over-the-counter as a service, we decided to do the hard thing, but the long-term correct and ethical thing: cap nodes and start VRR at a 2-year sustainable payout rate. So I think essentially what happened is that they modeled it, and then what was modeled didn't happen in reality, and then they went, oh crap, we've got to change it again, and now they've just changed it, and theoretically now it should be sustainable. I guess my concern is just, and maybe you're thinking about this as well, is that who is in charge of doing this modeling? Who said, okay, this is the model that we use? Why wasn't this accounted for? Why didn't somebody do the worst case scenario? It's like, yeah, well, this is how it's going to go if things keep going as normal. Let's do another model to see if things actually get better. Let's see what that looks like. Now let's do a model if things are absolutely worst case and everybody compounds. What will we do then? And trust is a big thing. And I think maybe people have lost a bit of trust. In fact, if you look through comments and stuff, some people are openly saying that. Is anybody going to put their hand up and take responsibility for this major stuff up? And in terms of the insider trading, this is what Nylock had to say. We had reports that came to us regarding a team member who has active listing of NFTs, which isn't a problem. However, these listings remained active after the member found out about the cap, and a listing was made after he found out. The issue is these were not taken down immediately after finding out. This allowed him to sell NFTs for a higher price given his knowledge of the cap and revisited VRR bans. While it's not malicious because he's been listing for weeks, far before any knowledge, he, like most of our team, are invested and he's been selling his compounded position over the last year to raise funds to start a business for himself. Having said that, we as an organization will never allow any form of team members trading, selling, or buying based off information that was not revealed to the public. So basically, he was making listings before any of this even got announced and before he even knew about it. And the issue is that after he did know about it, he kept the listings there and he actually made another listing. He's been let go from the team and he's currently processing refunds for all his sales through his personal pocket. In all honesty, he's a great guy and he's taking this seriously and feels terrible. It was a dumb, not well thought out thing to do, however, not malicious. So maybe he's pleading ignorance of, oh, well, I had them listed beforehand and I didn't realize that I should have taken them down after I knew about it because this would look bad in the eyes of the community and the team. Whether he knew that was a wrong thing to do, I don't know. So I guess we just have to take it from here, and unless we can hear his side of the story, then I guess we just have to go from what Nylock is saying here. So that's it, my friends. I personally am just going to wait and see what happens because that's all I can do right now. I can't get any more nodes and I can't do anything because the gamification is all just going to get changed. So I'm just like you, I'm just going to wait and see what happens. But I'm curious to see what is going to come up in the AMA. So my friends, I will see you all in the next video. Bye.